This is C.R.P.H.A. Humanitarian Advocate. This video topic will be about Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and of course, Joe Biden. I'm going to start with Joe Biden on this one. Of course, I know I have one about Joe Biden before, but this one I thought I'd add only just the two, but I saw something that was not logical that Joe Biden said on Instagram. Joe Biden says, let's take our country back. What Joe Biden wants the American people to believe that Trump is trying to do something that's not logical. That's not American-like. That's not within the Constitution. When really, Trump is doing something within the Constitution, and he is giving this country back to the American people. What Joe Biden wants is socialism, and nobody wants socialism. What Joe Biden thinks that the American people are brain dead zombies, obviously. So does Chuck Schumer, and so does Nancy Pelosi. All three of those little fucking Democratic dumbass socialist jerk offs think that the American people are brain dead zombies. They'll believe anything and everything that they hear from the socialist liberal Democrats. What Joe Biden doesn't get is the fucking fact that we already have our country back. So basically, his wording of getting our country back is the wrong statement. Trump is giving the American people and our youth our country back. We don't want a socialist country, Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a complete dumbass. And if I saw Joe Biden in anywhere in Sacramento, I'd fucking tell him that straight to his fucking face, whether he likes it or not. Because Joe Biden and Obama completely tore this country down, divided the American people in the long run. What Trump is doing is uniting the American people, giving the country back as strong as it's ever been. In the defense and economic aspects to start with. And what Joe Biden wants you American people to believe that Trump is doing the opposite of giving our country back to us. That's his political ploy. Joe Biden is not really up here in the head. He's not using common sense. He's not using logic. He's not using any positive aspects of anything with his own brain activity. He's just kissing the ass of Nancy Pelosi, being Nancy Pelosi's lapdog, just like Chuck Schumer is being Nancy Pelosi's lapdog. And I know you've heard me say that before, of the men being the lapdog of Nancy Pelosi, and the females being her minions, Nancy Pelosi's minions. Although it is almost for sure that Joe Biden will have no alternative but to pull out. Of course, we have Elizabeth Warren. She dropped out of the presidential race in the DNC. That little feminist bitch, Elizabeth Warren, is finally realizing that America is not ready for a female president. Of course, Amy has yet to drop out. It could easily turn out to where she's humiliated right in front of Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, while hundreds of thousands of people watch the debate between the three of them, if it at all ends up that way. More than likely, it won't. It may turn into the way it was with Obama and Hillary, where it's only a two-sided Democratic bullshit thing. And the basic fact is that Bernie Sanders is a socialist jackass. We don't want socialism, Bernie Sanders. And you want socialism. You're following the same creed and the same pathway as Nancy Pelosi. And in the spiritual sense, Bernie Sanders, you are following the same pathway in the sense of going into the pits of hell. So is Joe Biden. So is Nancy Pelosi's already halfway there. Chuck Schumer's following Nancy Pelosi so damn close. So Joe Biden, you misspoke. You can say you misspoke. The American people already have their country back, you stupid fucking socialist jackass. You uncaring divider, American people divider, Joe Biden. You think that you're uniting people even when you were with Obama? You were not uniting people even with Obama. You and Obama divided the American people and this country. So don't bullshit the American people ever again, Joe Biden. Okay, getting on to the aspect of Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. Chuck Schumer yesterday made a threat to go to the Supreme Court. Just because the impeachment process didn't go the way that he was hoping for his party. Obviously. Which basically makes no logical sense. Because the American people chose to have a strong country, a country that's well defended, basically strong in the economic, financial aspect. The Democrats want socialism. Chuck Schumer wants socialism and a weak-ass country, so where even our allies would turn around and start bombing us. Chuck Schumer is illogical and sinful. Chuck Schumer doesn't realize by going to that threat of going to the Supreme Court, he is demoralizing himself as well as the party of the Democratic Party. He doesn't realize the more that he and Nancy Pelosi go to the points of thinking that they're doing something right for the American people when they're really not. They will tear up the fucking political party of the Democratic Party, and where in the constitutional aspect that there's only going to be now left a independent or a Green Party reestablished in replacement of the Democratic Party, which basically means that in accordance to the Constitution, the Democratic Party, due to Chuck Schumer's illogical bullshit and threat, and Nancy Pelosi's illogical bullshit and illogical actions and sinful bullshit statements, along with Chuck Schumer's as well, they are both tearing the political party of the Democratic Party apart, even ever so gradually. Chuck Schumer is a little fucking idiot. He doesn't know anything but what he peddles, and he thinks that he's the strongest fucking rook or chess piece on the fucking planet. He's not. The strongest piece on the chessboard in this planet are the American people, our youth, and Donald J. Trump and Mike Pence. evil has bestowed upon the Democratic Party. Wrongful actions and sinful actions and statements and vocal aspects have been bestowed upon the Democratic Party. Case in point, the evil actions and sinful actions and statements and words done and said by Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and many other liberal, socialist, democratic idiots, both male and female. American people, do you want a socialist country? I don't think so. In fact, I know you don't. Because socialism goes to the points of the Hitler regime. Before WW2 and during and after WW2, there were concentration camps. For those who did not go by the Hitler regime's aspect of as Hitler ruled Germany and was trying to go towards ruling England essentially. With his illogical, sinful actions and words that he spoke in a German aspect, which basically that's the only one he knew mainly. I know. We don't want a repeat of WW2 when it came to Hitler regime. I know that in this country. The Democrats want that, though. The Democrats won't tell you that. They'll tell you that they want an America with strong freedom and all that other shit, but in the back of their minds, they're thinking, okay, if I tell people this, if I tell the people what they want to hear, then we Democrats can get our way once we get into the White House and grab onto the golden rod within the White House. That way the Democrats would be able to turn this country socialist. That way they'd be able to completely destroy the people of the Constitution of the United States of America in what our forefathers established. Which basically they're going 100%, more than 100% against the Constitution and 100% against our forefathers, and who who established both parties, along with the Constitution, along with the amendment within the Constitution, especially. The Democratic idiots are fighting against the forefathers. They won't tell you that, but it's the damn truth. They're fighting against you, American people. They don't want you, American people, to have freedom. The Democrats don't want you to have freedom. They don't want you to have the true, positive American way of life. They're bullshitting you by saying all the things that you want to hear. They're bullshitting you even as they tried to demean Trump when basically they have no room and no justification to. Because they know damn well Trump has done many things in a very short a time to start with in what benefits this country and the American people and our youth all in one. And it benefits the economy. What Trump has done is he's benefited the economy. He's made this country's economy stronger than ever. Our military defense stronger than ever. What did Joe Biden and Obama do? They weakened every bit of those that Donald Trump made stronger for the American people. In hindsight and in all aspects, Trump is giving the American people the United States back to the American people and our youth in what we deserve. We American people deserve that. What Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi want to do is take it away from us, along with our freedoms and rights and American way of life. That's what Bernie Sanders is trying to accomplish as well. That's what fucking Amy's trying to accomplish. That's what fucking both. I mean, the whole fucking Democratic fucking party is demonized by Satan spiritually. They have been bestowed upon by evil. All right, and I'm not preaching here. All right, I'm being honest with you. The basic fact is that Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, Amy, and Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, just to name a few, want you to believe bullshit that comes out of their mouth. And so when they get into the White House and grab onto the goldenrod, the first one of many first things they'll do is not only divide this country and the American people, completely weaken our fucking economy, and they'll completely weaken our defenses in the military, and they'll completely weaken every aspect within the country. And as they do that, they'll gradually tear piece by piece by piece by piece of the Constitution of we the people, and then rewrite it to their own liking. Basically, we would be gradually going into living into the Hitler regime, both before and during and after World War II. But of course, years after World War II, things started getting a lot more logical in Germany and England. But Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, and Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi want the Hitler regime, negative, sinful, satanistic shit to happen in this country. They won't tell the American people that. They'll fucking bullshit their way through. Seriously, they will literally bullshit their way through. The only one that's been honest with the American people 100%, besides myself, even more than 100% besides myself, essentially, is Donald J. Trump and Mike Pence. And the rest of the Republican Party. Conservative, regular, and moderate. The ones that are bullshitting the American people is the Democratic Party. The ones that are lying through their teeth and saying what you want to hear when they know it's a load of shit they won't, and they don't intend to fucking follow up on it, is the Democratic Party. So don't allow yourselves, and I'm asking you, I'm not telling you, I'm asking you, don't allow yourselves to be swayed into the bullshit by Bernie Sanders, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, or Joe Biden. None of those idiots are really up here logically and sensibly and realistically. They only want power, money, control, socialism, full fucking control over our rights and freedoms, full fucking control over this whole entire country, like the Hitler regime. They won't tell you that straight out, but it's the damn truth. Chuck Schumer, you don't realize that I am telling the truth, and I have been telling the truth. Nancy Pelosi doesn't like the fucking fact that I'm telling the truth either. And I can care less about what Nancy Pelosi thinks and wants, and wants the American people to believe over what I say and over what Trump says. The basic fact is, myself and Trump and Mike Pence tell the American people the truth. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, and Amy have lied without malice and without provocation to the American people. All the Democrats want is power, control, and money for themselves. They don't give a shit what happens to the American people in any form and any way. They'll try to act like they do, but they don't really. So it's better to join me in voting Trump for 2020. Let's show the Democratic idiots what true honesty, true logic is about. Voting Trump in for president in 2020 and getting our country back to and for the American people and our youth. That's what Trump is doing. He's giving our country back to us, American people. He is. That's what we want, isn't it? We don't want the liberal Democrats to take over and take our rights and freedoms and the true, positive, strong American way of life. I know that. Trump is making sure our true American way of life stays strong and forever long-lasting. And I am helping him on that aspect by telling you the truth, for one. I would always tell you the truth nonetheless. So, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, Amy, you are nothing but full-fledged fucking liars and sinners. You will be going into the pits of hell even after judgment, guaranteed. You are not true Americans, Bernie Sanders. You are not a true American, Joe Biden. You are not a true caring American, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Amy. If you don't like that, if you don't like this country, then get the fuck out, Nancy Pelosi. Get the fuck out, Chuck Schumer. Get the fuck out of this country, Joe Biden. Get the fuck out of this country, Amy and Bernie Sanders. We American people are going to stay strong and keep this country for ourselves in what Trump is doing. And Trump, he's doing everything positive for the American people, and he will keep on doing that even in 2020, whether you like it or not, Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, Amy, Chuck Schumer, and Nancy Pelosi. And I will keep on informing the American people the truth, whether you like that or not. I don't give a damn what the Democrats want or like or dislike. It's not about the Democratic Party. It's about the American people and our future, our positive futures, our youths and our youth's education and their future. And this country's future all in one, which is supposed to be positive and bright, not dark and dim like it was for the people during the Hitler regime, you idiots. You idiot fucking liberal Democratic jackasses. Chuck Schumer, you want to fucking demoralize and tear down your party, but even after that, making that threat, and you think, oh, I'm making people see something that they don't want to see, but it's really there. Yeah, you know what's really there, Chuck Schumer, is the fact that you and the Democratic Party don't give a damn about the American people or this country or our youth or the future for all. All you care about is control, power, and corruption, Chuck Schumer. You want to go to the points the same way that Hitler did during his regime, before and during, and even a little after WW2. We American people don't want what happened during the Hitler regime, before and during and after WW2. In the sense of the Hitler regime, in the sense of the concentration camps, and which basically goes in the full base of socialism. We don't want socialism in general, Chuck Schumer. You and your fucking liberal party does. We American people deserve to be respected. We American people deserve to be told the truth and being honest towards, essentially, right? We American people deserve every positive, emotional, psychological, and every positive, logical action that benefits the American people and our youth and this country all in one. The Democratic Party is not about that anymore, American people. They're not about positive things that I mentioned. They're not about anything positive, even spiritually positive. They'll make you think that they are when they're really not. So I say Trump for 2020, and may Heavenly Father make sure that the Chuck Schumer and then Nancy Pelosi and Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden will be forever put in the base of not only sin but also damnation, and also sin, and also the aspect of the path to where both Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and Joe Biden, Amy and Bernie Sanders will go into the pathway to hell's pit, even after judgment. And again, Trump will keep on making this country strong. Trump will keep on making things better for this country. Even he's doing what he knows was logically possible for when it comes to the coronavirus. Please support him on that aspect, because I am supporting him. He's doing what he knows to be right, even with the backlash from the Democratic Party. We need to defend and support Donald Trump, even as the liberal Democratic Party tries to fucking demonize him, because they don't really give a damn about the American people. They want the American people to be wiped off the face of this planet. That's why Nancy Pelosi wanted a war. That's why they're proposing. They're trying to propose more when it comes to the coronavirus, but yet that a little additional. When the one thing the American people you don't realize is when Nancy Pelosi proposed a higher amount, that high amount goes directly in the Liberal Party's pockets. It doesn't go towards the coronavirus at all. What will go towards the to get the cure for the coronavirus and to get rid of to get rid of the coronavirus. Excuse me. Yeah, to get rid of the coronavirus is what Trump proposed. What Nancy Pelosi proposed is to go right in their pockets, in the Democratic pockets, to make them fat and happy, as the old saying goes for businessmen. Because they don't want the American people to be saved. They don't want the American people to be rid of the coronavirus. They want the American people. The Democrats want the American people to be wiped clean off the planet by the coronavirus, or anything even deeply more serious than that. That's another aspect of the fucking fact and truth and base that the liberal Democratic Party does not give a damn about the American people. They don't even give a damn, even if it happens to our youth. Think about that. And I pray and hope that you will follow me and join me in voting Trump for 2020. He is the only one in Washington, D.C. as our president currently. He's the only one that will make sure that things are done in every level positive, every positive level, essentially. Even the beneficial aspects, positive beneficial aspects for us American people. That's what he's doing. The liberal Democrats will try to sway you and try to tell you differently. Be forewarned about that. The liberal Democrats don't give a damn about the American people or our youth or our true, strong, positive American way of life or anything else for that matter, especially when it comes to our freedoms and rights. Guaranteed on that one. I care about our freedoms and rights and the American way of life. I care about our youth's future and our future and this country's positive future. I care about the Constitution, and I'm behind the Constitution. The liberal Democrats are going against the American flag in every way possible as well. I stand strongly by the American people and the American flag and the Constitution. And so does Trump. So Trump for 2020. And Chuck Schumer, have fun destroying your fucking party of the Democratic Party, dumbass, along with Nancy Pelosi destroying the Democratic Party, you fucking retards. Unsinful jackasses. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer.